And here we are again. We're back with Jose Sebourne, Philadelphia-based, amazingly talented artist. Jose, just give us a brief snippet of your background, where you're from, maybe a little bit about how you were educated. And I know as a youngster, you were motivated and inspired towards art. So maybe a little bit about just, because we're speaking to fifth graders through eighth graders and even high school kids.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Taking yourself to that point, so.
All right, so listen, I'm going to show you a piece that I did when I was only, I think I was 14 years old. This is my first watercolor. So I've always had an interest in watercolor as a kid, and always did a lot of experimentation with watercolor. So if you come over here, this is one of my first watercolors, and this was done in 1974. I was 14 years old when I did this piece, and I actually had it framed. Now I got this from my mother's house for Thanksgiving. They were cleaning out the basement, and I remember telling my mother that, she said, "Oh, we have all this stuff that belongs to you." And I said to her, "Well, why don't you throw it out?" And she said, "No, it's artwork." I said, "You sure?" I said, "Oh, that's old stuff." I said, "Throw it out." And when I went back, this is a piece my brother had in his garage, along with probably 14 other pieces. So this I did when I was 14 years old. This I did when I was 17 years old. All right, this is an oil painting. I was just starting out with oils, and if you come on this side, this is a piece I did when I was 17 years old. All right, so this is oils with palette knife. So, when Keith said, "Can you talk about something that you did when you was a kid?" This was just perfect because I was in high school when I did this piece. So these are the only few pieces that were done when I was in high school. However, I still have more now. All right, so listen, this is, I like to show, it's very important for me to show time of day in my work or some type of atmosphere. So whenever I go out and I photograph a location, I'm looking for that atmosphere in the subject matter. And this is an actual location in Connecticut. This place was at a shipyard in Connecticut, and I actually did several pieces of this same location. I work in a layering system, so I build one layer at a time because that's how I get the clarity. That's how I get the clarity of the work.
Can you explain, Jose, how this amazingly beautiful color here is actually not a color, and how you accomplish that?
Well, here it looks like it's not a color. But there is yellow. There is yellow in there, and it was very important to be able to capture that same feeling here, but not have the paper look white, because you'll see that this tone is slightly different from what you see here.
Yes, it's got a yolkiness to it.
Yeah. So when you go outside, like what I have in here, these are daylight light. These are like 6,000 Kelvin. Mm-hmm. So you see the colors directly as they are. So although these came out a little light or white, sometimes the sky is like that, where it's just like totally white. So here you're dealing with contrast from the outside, contrast on the inside. By this, and also the contrast from the floor, and it's bouncing off of the ceiling. So you really get an interesting dynamics here with this piece. All right, so this piece is currently work in progress. And again, I bounce from one piece to the next because I don't want to be bored it gets tiring if I'm working on one piece too long. So this is a little girl that I saw, and this was at a festival. She knew that I was looking at her. And when she saw me with the camera, she really started to pose for me. And I said, okay, you were something else. You know that I'm taking a picture of you.
I love it.
And she started to literally pose for me. And I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, going ahead. And she kept on just doing different things. And just look at her. She knows that she's actually being taken a picture of.
I think she's stunning.
She is.
I think she's absolutely stunning.
And I can't wait. I can't wait to finish this piece because I really, what I like to do when I do portraits, I want to bring out the spirit of the person. And it's very important. Not only is capturing her spirit, but you got to feel my spirit too. And so it's a dual thing. I want you to feel my energy in the piece in terms of capturing that, but I also want you to feel the soul of the person.